that bad. I don't think their defense was as good as what it showed against Green Bay either.
Okay, all right. So what did Tom Brady say in his media session this week? The line that jumped out at me, there are actually two, but the first one that jumped out was, the great advantage in the National Football League is continuity. We just haven't played enough games together. Obviously, they have not.
Right.
It's possible that even the GOAT bit off more than he can chew, using a barnyard analogy, if you will.
Right.
And it's possible that the whole notion of trying to throw Antonio Brown into a 6-2 mix on the fly at midseason was insane. Like, it's a season-threatening move that Tom, deep in his heart, knows if we could just pull this off in the next couple of games and get it in sync and in rhythm and in context, that by the end of the year, we're going to be miles ahead. We're going to be virtually unstoppable on offense if I can get everybody to find a place, including me, in this new flow.
Right.
It's almost too much of a good thing, right? So he also pointed out that we have to improve our urgency. Well, to me, that is suggesting that the head coach, not that he's taking a direct shot at Bruce Arians, but Bruce Arians is loosey-goosey, laid back. Hey, we practiced great this week. We're going to go kick their butts, right? It doesn't work that way. Sometimes, as you well know, you can practice great and you're a little full of yourselves. You're 6-2. People are making the case you're the best team in pro football. We got this. This is revenge over the Saints. We'll just kind of show up and get our revenge. It doesn't work that way. The Saints flew under the radar all week, and they came in and destroyed them and might have destroyed part of their psyche. And they don't have any continuity because what would have happened in New England if this had happened? It's on to Cincinnati.
Right.
It's heads down, go back to work, go back to doing exactly what you've always done because it will work.
No, and the thing is, Skip, is that Tom's going to have to do this also. Tom wouldn't even talk about what transpired the previous week. He'd have been on, we're on to Carolina. Coach Belichick definitely. After Sunday, you would have got no more mention about what transpired in New Orleans. It would have been all about Carolina.
Totally agree.
So Tom is going to have to do a better job of two, and also like, look, we're not worried about New Orleans. New Orleans is done. That's 2 games. We lost both of them. We're on to Carolina. But let me tell you, Skip, now the last 2 games, Ronald Jones has carried the ball 10 times.
I got it.
You guys have struggled in both of those games. You won the Giants, but Skip, you struggled. And you struggled again.
Okay, they're trying to blend a more talented player, Leonard Fournette, into the mix and into the flow. He doesn't run as hard as Rojo runs because Rojo's got that I'm number 2 mentality. I'm going to show you. You're not going to take my job. But if you take his carries away, he can't help you.
He can't be successful. He's a guy that needs carry, just like Leonard Fournette. And maybe sometimes, Skip, you can have too much of a good thing. Leonard Fournette's out there. Oh, man, Leonard Fournette was like the 5th pick in the draft. Oh, he's available for little or nothing? Let's go grab him up.
Got it. Same idea as AB, okay?
Exactly.
I got it.
Sometimes you can have too much of a good thing.
And sometimes you're taking 2 players with huge egos, AB and Fournette. Fournette's got a big ego and caused some problems in Jacksonville, right? They were burned out on him. And you try to fit both of them into your offense? Okay, so do I think he needs to change the Sunday night blueprint on this Sunday? I do not. He's not getting enough credit for what he tried to do. Think about that. Look at the numbers from Sunday night. He threw 6 balls to Mike Evans and 6 balls to Chris Godwin. That'll work. And 6 balls to Gronk. That'll work. And 6 balls to Fournette out of the backfield. Not bad. And he threw 5 to AB. I couldn't draw up a better blueprint. I couldn't give you a better formula for success than that kind of ball spreading, right? Unfortunately, they weren't catching enough of them because either they weren't open or he couldn't get the ball correctly to them because he didn't have time.
Skip, to Tom's credit, yes, he tries to spread the ball around because that's what he does. Mike Evans is not used to having the ball spread around. He's used to getting his number targets.
He's going to have to give in to this. He's going to have to sacrifice if he wants to win that ring. The problem is they got so shell-shocked by this that I think their chances of winning this division just got destroyed on Sunday night. What does that mean? That they're looking uphill at being a road wildcard team, right? That's the best-case scenario that I see, unless New Orleans just goes and falls all apart. Which I guess it could happen in this crazy 2020 that we're in, but I doubt it. So, to me, they have to figure out how to run the ball first. So maybe it'll be a more conservative approach. But let's get to Teddy Bridgewater, shall we? what has he always played with? A huge chip on his shoulder. I didn't love him coming out of Louisville.
Right.
I thought he was pretty good, but I wouldn't have taken him in the first round. And Minnesota said, no, we like him. And in his second year, they went 11-5, and he made the Pro Bowl.
Yes.
And remember, it was the Blair Witch Project missed kick, right? That cost them a very cold home playoff game against Seattle. Remember that?
That's correct, yes.
So Teddy has done really good things to the point that he took over for Drew Brees last year. And in the first game, they go up to Russell Wilson.
Right.
And I'm not saying he outplayed Russell, but they won the game.
They went
right?
5-0.
Okay, they went 5-0, and my team was their second victim, and Dak was flying high. He'd had QBRs of 95 against New York and Washington, and then I think it was 88 against Miami. And here he came, and they go into New Orleans, remember, Sunday night. And Teddy Bridgewater beat him 12-10. He's got a knack for pulling these kind of games off. As you say, he wins out the rest of that year, 5-0. And then here he comes this year, and every time he runs up against a really good quarterback, I just told you, he outplayed Mahomes. He played very well against Drew Brees. At Drew Brees, they barely lost the game. But he's played in big spots very well. He always sort of surprises me. Well, help me out here. What quarterback in this league could better understand what Drew Brees did to the Bucs defense? Who could better understand it than Teddy Bridgewater? He ran the system last year.
It's the same offense.
It's the same offense. So he will pick apart the film saying, aha, Drew saw this and did that, right? Well, he will have a great blueprint in his head for what will work against the Buccaneers defense.
But the question is, Skip, can they protect him like Drew got protected? Because if they can't, he's in trouble. Shaq Barrett, they're going to make a conscious effort because they feel they didn't heat up Drew Brees enough. So I would be surprised if Todd Bowles don't come after Teddy Bridgewater.
Okay. So, to me, the key word from Brady was urgency. Can you come out and play as a team for your life on Sunday? Because I think that's what it's going to take.
Yeah.
I thought they came out flat from the opening snap on offense and defense. I did not think they looked ready to play. And you've seen these teams where you can't even explain it, but as a group, they're just not psychologically ready on hair trigger to play an opponent that was really ready to embarrass them at home.
Skip, you really never know because, as you said earlier, I've been in situations where we had a great week of practice and we went and laid an egg. And then we had a week of practice where we were just milling around and it seemed like everything wasn't going well. And then we played well. And then you get to the game and you're like, okay, you think everything's going to go well. And then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, there's no right. Coaches wish they knew because there are a lot of times coaches in their head like, man, we sure don't have it today. And the team plays extremely well. But your team, the Bucs, Skip, stop worrying about getting AB the ball. AB will fit in. Like LeBron told Kevin, don't worry about fitting out. Just don't worry about fitting in. Just fit out. Do you?
Yeah, I got it.
We're gonna find a way. We're gonna find a way. But Skip, I'm telling you, at some point in time, you can have too much of a good thing, and this will start to wear on those other guys that were there from the beginning. To see Tom constantly try to get AB the ball. Because they like, hell, we can make plays too.
So guess what? I look at these three receivers for Teddy Bridgewater, and Robbie Anderson has 60 catches. Remember, Mike Evans leads the Bucs with 34 catches. Hold on. Curtis Samuel has 38 catches. That's 4 more than the best receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And DJ Moore, who I love coming out of the draft, he's got 35, which is 1 more than the best receiver.
So they got 3 guys.
They got 3 guys who have caught the ball more than the best guy has for Tampa Bay.
Anderson's like top 3 in receiving yards.
Hey, those 3 guys can get open.
And I love
they can all fly.
Skipper, you know, they'll line Samuel up in the backfield and hand him the ball. They'll toss it to him. He's like a better version of Deebo Samuel. You know, Skip, they hand the ball to Deebo, they pitch it to him. They'll do the same thing. I'm watching him. They line the dude up in the eye. I'm like, and you got to be really tough as a wide receiver to let you dot the I, to want to dot the I.
Okay, so that's how Teddy Bridgewater scored 31 at my homeboy. And nearly pulled it off.
But I think Tampa's defense is much better than Kansas City.
Well, I hope so. They look better on paper. You have to come out and play better.
Well, they didn't play better Sunday night.
They did not.
I'm gonna say Sunday night is an aberration. I'm gonna say that Teddy Bridgewater doesn't go 5 for 5 as far as touchdowns and possessions to touchdown. So I think Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator, I think he's going to heat Teddy Bridgewater up.
I hope so. I hope for once you are right with 27-17. I stand by barely surviving 27-24, and I will take any kind of W because the next game is a Monday night game for the Buccaneers against the Rams, and the next game after that is my homeboy visits Tampa Bay.
I tell you what, you better get your protection shored up because Aaron Donald.
I got it. You're right.
Well, if anyone can turn things around, it's Tom Brady. But let's switch gears from one GOAT to the next. Is LeBron about to get another All-Star to join him in L.A.? We'll give you the latest trade rumors next.